In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a pro match versus CMG, and if we win, we are going to fly out to San Diego and compete for $30,000. All right, as we're hopping into the first game, we're going to be on the red side playing Stu, Griff, and Daryl, and they're going to be playing Otis, Grom, and M. So interesting comp from them, to say the least. I was actually surprised they still went for the Grom pick when we had last pick and already had Daryl and Griff in play. But either way, you're going to see Zulon go in, and he's going to get muted. Now, this is something that we worked on towards inside the game itself, is he did go on Otis a little bit at the start, but you'll notice he's going to get away from the Otis as much as possible and gets tons more value. And you can see Tyrant on the Stu is going to be basically just focusing down the Grom or the Otis, even M's actually. He's basically just there to kill everybody, and that's kind of what he was doing, and he did a great job of that. So Zulon gets a roll onto Fade. He actually goes in for another roll here. I think he should have saved it, but either way, if he does get that kill and stays alive from that Grom shot, he would have got a ton of damage. So I saw the vision, but unfortunately didn't work out. But we are still winning about 20% right now, and Tyrant is going to just continuously be annoying and dodge out on the Grom shots, play aggro when possible, and so far so good. Honestly, you can see Tyrant dashing around, grabbing kills left, right, and center, and his Stu is absolutely nuts. And Daryl just got on the safe. They left him basically to go on the safe alone. Otis kind of just like, you know, went up the map for some reason, so he grabs a ton of percentage. They do get a little bit themselves, but we are looking so good now, and we still have full control in the mid, and it's pretty hard for them to get damage other than Grom. And well, Grom really shouldn't be able to push up the map against Griff, Daryl, and Stu. And you can see again, full control with 30 seconds left in the game. We don't really have to do anything right now. We're just gonna sit back and kind of watch. Once they make a move, then Daryl can roll in. You see Otis has to play defense, and if Otis pushes up the map, Daryl can just roll in on the other side either way. And look, they cannot push up the map. 15 seconds left. Even if they got all the way to the other end of the map, I still don't think they would win at this point. So Zulon rolls, gets by the Daryl. He's going to get the damage to win the game. Even if they get to our base, it's not going to work. So we grab that win. Let's get to the next. All right, hopping into the next game. If you guys do enjoy this pro content, make sure you guys smash the like button and let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget to subscribe while you're at it. But either way, hopping into the second game. Now you'll notice that Zulon goes down against Fade very early, and we actually have a really good start on the other side of the map, but Fade is going to grab a ton of damage, and honestly, pretty hard for Zulon to kill. We get a little bit of damage in return. Tyrant does go down, unfortunately, to a nice gadget from RBM. But they do have the lead, and Ems is still alive, and you'll notice that Tyrant now has to follow the Ems, and Daryl's going to switch off the Ems, which is kind of switching on to the Otis, so it's not even really a good scenario, but he does get a decent roll. But again, Otis is right there to protect them, so we don't really get any value from it. And again, we're trying to survive here. They do have some decent damage going out from Toast. They grab about a 40% lead. It's really not looking good for us, and M stays alive even longer. I think Zulon goes down right about here. It's just not looking good. Another Grom gadget. By the way, Grom does a ridiculous amount of damage to the safe. Personally, I think if you just nerfed Grom's gadgets damage by a little bit, it would be a little bit better. Also, you notice RBM gets 2 mutes in the top left. I was actually very surprised that he got that many mutes that fast. So nicely done from him. I guess we just, you know, underestimated the supercharge rate. But either way, 5% left. We have to hold it down completely. There's no room for error right now, and honestly, we have to get some sort of control in. But as Zulon rolls in, gets muted, and goes down, Tyrant also goes down. We lose every little bit of control, and they're just going to push up the map as fast as possible. There's nothing we can do to stop Toast. He's going to end the game, and that means we're going to game 3 of the first set. All right, hopping into game 3. Now, basically the biggest error that happened that game that we corrected, and this time around, you'll notice it right off the bat, Zulon's going to ignore the Ems, and watch what Fade has to do. So Zulon ignores the Ems. They only have Grom and Otis on the defense, which is not enough for all three. And as we kill the Grom, it's going to be, we're going to out damage them no matter what. Now, I do think Fade made the mistake of coming back. I really do, because if he does stay up, at least the damage would have been closer. We might have done a little bit more, but they still would have done more damage in the end. But since he came back, we got the damage lead, we have control, we have everything we really wanted inside of that, you know, push. And at this point, we just keep base racing. There's nothing that we really have to do. We just have to keep pushing up the map. As Grom runs up the map, Tyrant's going to grab that kill, or Zulon, and we do both. He gets a little bit of damage, not the end of the world. And we can do like we did in the first game, where we hold this control perfectly well, and they can't really kill Griff. They can't really kill Stu. So I don't really see how they actually get out of this very easily, but Fade's going to go down here, I believe. And Tyrant's going to keep dashing in. And once Tyrant goes in, this is a good opportunity for Zulon to go in as well. But again, the mute is there. This time, we still get a little bit of damage from his Livy when Zulon goes in. Honestly, maybe we just even wait a little bit longer with the Daryl roll, but it doesn't matter too much because we are still looking so good. Tyrant is juking literally everything. We have another Griff super that's locking down that lane. Zulon gets muted again, and he had another mute, actually, which was crazy. He almost got a double mute. Now here, Tyrant and his Livy probably could have just ignored and ended the game and have Daryl just kind of defend, but I don't mind this play at all either. So Zulon gets a kill onto Fade. We have Griff and Daryl on the safe, and they can't get enough damage fast enough. We're going to be able to end that game, and we're going to win the first set. So let's get on to the next. All right, here we go. Set number 2 on Open Zone, and we're going to be rocking with Stu, Lola, and Amber versus their Janet, Max, and Pam. And honestly, I don't mind either draft that much. I like our draft just a hair more, but I also don't like the way they played this at the start. To be honest, I felt like Janet should have been mid and they should have had Max on either lane, but I understand why they did go Max mid. It's just something that most people do. It's like a common thing. Max is the mid brawler usually, but versus Stu, it's not great. It's kind of like a skill matchup a little bit, maybe in favor of Stu, I'm not really sure, but either way, we have Amber on the left versus the Janet, and it's in favor of us, and we also have Lola versus the Pam, which is also in favor of us. So I would say right now, this is the best case scenario for us, and you can see how well it really works out. We get basically everything we want, all the kills, and they're extremely low. RBM's the last person standing, and Fade is pretty low on the right side as Livy just, you know, using the ego to, you know, you get so much damage kind of quickly. The turret comes out basically to save Fade's life, but as it goes down, they lose the turret as well. And 75 to 30 at this point, it's really going to be hard for us to lose this game. Tyrant actually jukes out a ton on Janet shots this entire set, which actually surprises me a ton. I don't even know how you juke a Janet shot, but he does it. And 15% left and we win this game. I'm going to spoil it to you guys. We win this game. There's really no way they come back. So let's hop into the next one. All right. So game number 2, they switched up what I thought should have been the case. They actually go Janet mid versus Stu. Now this is in favor of Janet, in my opinion, at least. So, but still on the right side, we still have Lola versus Max, which is probably in favor of us, and Amber versus Pam, which is a little bit of a skill matchup, but I would say, you know, over time, probably Amber wins it. So again, the only matchup that we really lose is the mid, and you can see that they do get the lead that they want at the start. They get 30% lead, but we do grab a kill onto at least RBM. It's not looking great for us as they, you know, keep climbing the lead, but Toast goes down. Fade is going to go extremely low. They should be able to pick up this kill onto Fade. And as we do that, we're back in full control. You can see Tyrant's going to go place the speed. RBM's extremely low. And again, the Lola pick is just doing so much work on this side. Tyrant's going to dash around, using the heal when he can, and also trying to grab another super every single time he dashes. RBM's going to fly in. I like this play, but also he does get absolutely melted so fast. I don't know if he survives or not. He tries his best, but as Livy stays alive, I think goes down right about now. If his Livy stayed alive, that would have been actually insane. But either way, Tyrant's dashing around. Fades gets the speed. He's going to push on to Amber, so good play by him. And they do grab some more control. So at this point of the game, it's not looking great for us. Honestly, I think they have the clear advantage. They should be winning this game as long as they don't go down. But you'll see Tyrant makes a play, somehow dashes and jukes 2 Janet shots as well as juking Max. And honestly, that was the play we needed. We needed an opener from someone on the team, and Tyrant went for it, got the opener, we got the control, and now that they're back in the spawn, I flipped the switch. It's now our game to win, and their game, you know, they have to come back. And as they two go down, Tyrant's in their spawn healing. It's just not looking good for them. Fade's the last person standing. Fade goes down. That's going to be the game unless RBM gets a miracle kill here when he lands, but 3 people alive. It's just not going to happen. So we grab another set on Hot Zone. Little bit better played from them, especially in the second game. I like that they went Janet mid, but we made it work, and we got the win. Next set. All right, hopping into potentially the last set. If we do win this set, we do win 3-0, and that means we are going to fly to San Diego to compete at a LAN event versus the top 4 teams of ESL, and as well, play for $30,000. So a lot of stakes on the line, and we do want to get this win. We'll be playing B, Spike, and Ems versus Penny, Crow, and Jackie. And honestly, I love our comp. I really do. I think that The B versus the Crow mid is definitely in favor of the B. Spike is going to win this Jackie lane eventually. However, RBM is a very good tank player and actually catches Zulon off guard. Nicely played by him, but as Livy's going to hold it down, so they shouldn't be able to score. They maybe should have tried to score. I'm not sure because they actually don't get many opportunities with this type of comp. But Fade grabs a kill onto Tyrant, and they're actually looking really good with the turret out. This is actually looking pretty bad for us, but is Livy hits a beautiful snipe on Fade, and that really just relieves all the pressure. Tyrant's able to walk up lane. If Fade stays alive, they have a really good opportunity to really score, but Tyrant's still alive. He's going to be able to hold this lane as well, and Zulon gets a super, now pushing Jackie out, and that's basically what we have to wait for, a Spike super, and you can see it's working out perfectly. This Jackie's having a really terrible time versus the Spike, and we're going to look for a goal here, but it's not looking great as the Crow does slow Livy, so we have to wait a little bit longer. I think Livy actually goes for it. Very crazy of him. Don't hate it, don't love it, but you know, respect it, I guess. So either way, we do have full control, and they're gonna have to sit behind these walls as much as possible. But I don't really know how they get out. They have to kind of wait for us to make a mistake. If we overstep, RBM can get a suck in with the Jackie super, maybe get a kill, maybe relieve all the pressure. But Zulon has a super ready to go. I actually wish he would have saved it a little bit longer. Wish he threw it a little bit higher up, but it does zone them in their base. As Livy goes for another goal attempt, we got to start hitting those, or we just got to not go for them. But RBM does catch Tyrant. Very well played by him, but I mean, we had the control on the other side, so Zulon pops it in the net. 1-0 with 30 seconds left. It is looking really good for us. And again, like I said with our comp, it's pretty hard for them to push up. Tyrant does push Fade back, gets a lot of damage onto Fade. We should be able to get this kill. RBM's going to go down to the Spike, or very close to going down to the Spike. But I believe it actually gets a little bit risky here. He does have super. They're still in pretty good control. He's going to go for the goal, but Zulon grabs the super, grabs the ball, and shoots it out, ending the game. And we just need one more to secure our spot at San Diego. All right, here we go. Game number 2. And I don't know if you saw that, but unfortunately, Zulon hit the wall 3 times, and Fade just walked up knowing that Zulon had no ammo. And this was a very bad start. Now, unfortunately, I think they probably could have scored, but they didn't capitalize, or I guess fortunately for us, and the turret actually goes down as well. So that could have been also really bad. They looked so good at the start of these games. Little mistakes from their end honestly cost them so much momentum, but as we put the ball into the left, Tyrant's going to be facing against the Jackie now, and Zulon against Fade, which is, you know, still not bad for us because Ems versus Jackie, as you can see, does get the kill. But once Jackie gets super, it gets a little bit tougher for Tyrant. Also, Penny versus Spike is an interesting matchup. I don't really know who wins, but I think Penny has at least a decent opportunity to win. But again, it's looking pretty good for us. Nice, beautiful super by Zulon. RBM's going to back up a little bit and get tagged. Tyrant just misses the goal, but we still should be able to score this. Nice little passes around to his Livy, and we put the ball in the net. So a minute to go. That's all we need to hold for the rest of the game, and we are looking so good. As long as we win this, we go to San Diego, we compete for 30 grand, and we want a redemption at ESL. We want to win this time around, so we got to focus on this game here. And either way, nicely done from RBM. I cannot take that away from him. He gets the sneak onto his Livy, and as Livy kind of passed the ball to the mid. I wish he would have got that to the corner, but it happened so fast. So they even it out 1-1. But we have full control. We have Tyrant super. RBM's going for it. You can see he does basically get the kill onto, or doesn't even get the kill onto Tyrant. And Fade is going to go extremely low. Toast the last person standing. He does jump, try to make a desperate play, and we get the win. And that is a 3-0, only dropping 1 game. And we win our ESL match, our last match actually, and we finish 2nd on the leaderboard, and we finish 6-1, I believe. And there we go. Our trip to San Diego is secured with that match. GG's to CMG. Always a pleasure playing, and always good games, honestly. This one might have been more of towards the blowout side, but usually it is always a very good game versus them. So again, GG's. And also, if you guys enjoy the pro content, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below. You want to see more, but either way, I'll see you in the next one.